Second one, the mirror effect. You can call this tit for tat. I will do exactly what you do to me. No more, no less. The idea here is to force others to see the reality of their actions. If they don't feel good about it, they will subconsciously realize, I'm doing that to him. I don't feel good about that, so he probably doesn't feel good about me doing it. So I need to change. The idea here is to very closely match what someone else is doing so that they can change their ways. A very good example of this was when Trump was getting elected, there was a whole kerfluffle about the process of electing Supreme Court justices. Earlier, Senator Harry Reid of Nevada, I remember this because this is when I was getting involved in politics a little bit. Earlier, Senator Harry Reid had removed, I think it was the filibuster, as part of Senate proceedings. He was trying to get some small bill passed. So what Mitch McConnell did is he delayed the appointment of a new justice in order to get one appointed after the election. And it was like a 9-month delay. It was something ridiculous, but it was tit for tat. Okay. You remove my ability to use power to force a compromise bill with you, Senator Reid. I will do exactly the same. He matched it. And the amount of outcry that happened was ridiculous, but there was no standing for it. Because everyone could point out, it's like, y'all are the ones who did this. You brought this on yourselves. You made your bed, now you get to lay in it. What is this used for? This is very, very useful for breaking passive aggression. It is to exactly match the level of pettiness that someone else has. And if it doesn't work, you escalate it up a level. You keep going until they finally get it. They finally get the idea that, oh, I'm acting this way and I need to change. Why does this work? Usually the person who initiates is not in control. The person who you're using the mirror effect on is usually not in control. In most cases, it's out of ignorance, not malice, that they're doing this. And having that reflected back at them can be very, very helpful to them. A good example of this is if someone is always making sarcastic digs at you, there's two ways you can handle it. You can directly call it out through saying, I really don't appreciate you making these sarcastic digs. Well, that will either force them to change, or they're just going to ignore it and say, I'm not doing that. If they choose that second option of, I'm not doing that, I don't know what you're talking about, then you can start using the escalation ladder. Okay, you want to make sarcastic digs at me? I'm going to play your own game and beat you at it. And I'm going to do so in a way that everybody else finds funny. You're going to feel a little bit of social isolation. That should force you to change. And eventually something's going to break. Either they change or they get kicked out of the group. That is what it's useful there. Why does this give you power? Because you retain control the entire time. You decide how far it goes. They don't. And in doing that, that brings control back to you, which gives you power.